shall we do?
That's actually Brian's
into
strategy.
Zombies.
He doesn't target us in the game. He just sends people, hired thugs, to our homes in real life.
I'm saving up. The one that's got to go all the way to your house, Tony, is expensive.
Expensive. Nobody goes to Florida willingly.
Exactly.
Just to get this word in. I am driving. I'm at a red light. I will be home in about an hour.
Okay.
Right.
Drive safe. Drive safe.
Yeah.
Plug us into the audio jack. Listen to us in surround sound.
Now that would be exciting. Okay, so who would like to do the previously on? And then, Tony, would you like to do your book report?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm a slut for inspiration.
Let's do the book report first.
There was a book report? There was a reading?
So, I have been doing a ton of research for my upcoming campaign and trying to incorporate things from the existing lore into fun little adventures. And I was researching primordials because they are the antithesis to the gods in the creation of Toril, our Earth-like world. The primordials had this thing called the Dawn War, where they basically fought against the gods for control over the planet. And the gods won, but only by exploiting one of the primordials, Ubtao the Betrayer, or the Deceiver, into turning against his fellow primordials. This gave gods the upper hand. They threw almost all the primordials back into whatever void there is, and they let Ubtao basically keep control of Chult. There were conditions, though. Ubtao agreed that he would guard... I don't know if I should say the place. He would guard... I think it doesn't matter. He would guard the Peaks of Flame, because that was supposedly going to be the re-entry point down the line for Dindar the Night Serpent. Apparently, in the war, the escalating force was that Dindar had swallowed the sun. And the gods and Ubtao threw her down into whatever void there is. But she will come back one day. Not that we've seen any evidence to support that.
Of course not.
Yeah, something like that. No, that was good. Take your inspiration.
I take that shit.
I was not aware of that. Neat.
Many
I
of
wasn't
your
aware-
characters are still not aware of that.
I don't think Tyrius has any knowledge of any of that.
Isn't
I
he
have
like
very
smart?
little
This
knowledge
kid?
of stuff.
He's like above average, I think.
Oh yeah.
I thought you had
Okay.
9.
I always have to be reminded of that.
I got 10.
You're smarter than me?
All that THC in school.
What? Don't do drugs, kids.
So would someone like to do the previously on?
What
I
happened?
will actually pass because it might not be super coherent.
Did it last week. John, you up for it? Or you were here last week?
Yeah, I mean, I probably should do it because I don't think I've done one in this campaign.
Do it.
All right, this is going to be like real stream of consciousness kind of stuff here.
Cool. And you get inspiration for doing it in character.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Like I usually have to ease into these things.
With bourbon.
Rye whiskey is preferable, but all right. We were still in Mother's old village, which I also lived in for some time. Having tried to rescue the people who were there, but we were hiding from the spirit of the forest, which was controlling the plants and very nearly killing us before, I believe, when I was there, but not there. We decided to try and trap it, lure it into the open so it could not escape once we had found it, and it could not simply escape into the nearest tree. This plan was come up with after Mother spoke with a different spirit in a tree.
A beehive. That's what
A beehive,
saw.
yeah, where the bees were. And it said if it was stabbed with a spear of mistletoe when it was appearing to be near death, then the ritual could pass on the guardianship to Mother and release it from life or unlife or whatever its situation was. And so that is what we did, even though it very nearly killed us with a scream, with a blood-curdling wail. Though we did determine that some people did, in fact, survive the initial pirate attack and had escaped with some others. And Mother did, in fact, gain the guardianship of the forests or the jungles of Chult. And so we decided to head up the River Tath towards Ataz Kahakla and to the Aldani Basin. And I believe that is where we are now.
Cool. Good.
Bravo.
I'm sure there's other stuff that I forgot.
Well, actually,
No, that was very good. All right. So take some inspiration as well.
Woo!
you did it.
I like how you're so proud of him, like he's actually your son.
Are you saying he's not?
Okay, wait. Oh man, this is so tactful way to go about this.
Please make your point.
Is John your son? I feel like I would know.
You see, I actually went back in time to conceive John, and then went back into the future just so that I could play D&D with him.
It gets better even because I'm my own grandfather.
Also, time travel. It's a bitch.
You're my daughter. That's impossible. There was a
really
mission
like to be
involving
my
time
mom.
travel. I'm a man. That mission went horribly wrong.
I would really like to be my mom's friend when she was cool. You know, like 40 years ago.
Would you actually like to be your own father, though?
I mean,
Probably not.
I fucked up somewhere.
You guys should read the book Crash, I think it's called, by the guy that wrote Fight Club.
That's
It's
the
not,
plot.
it's not called Crash. It's something else. Anyways.
I don't know. Terminator is also, close to that.
Okay. So you guys can't hear that, can you?
You're what?
Okay, good. My neighbors have a new baby, and apparently it is quite unhappy at the moment. I was just making sure that you guys weren't enjoying it as much as I was.
Well, if at any point it gets really out of control, just put your speaker by their doorway and crank the volume in, and I'll just yell stuff at them.
So you can only hear the neighbors when they're in the hallway, so they must be on the way home from work or something. From condo to condo, the walls are like solid concrete, and you can't hear through them at all.
Well, that's good.
But people walking down the hallway, easy to hear.
Slice of life.
Yes. Okay. So the party is currently here when we left off. And we are going to skip ahead a few days worth of travel. Very little happens as you follow the Atazcahatla River. I'm sorry, as you follow the... my bad. The river... What the hell? The Yath? Yeah. The river Yath. Tath. Boy.
Tath.
I'm having a great time tonight. The river Tath.
That's okay.
North. And so there's not a lot that goes on those days. In fact, let us clear. All right. Yep. But you walk along one side of the river because the river itself is running through a deep, deep gorge. So Tirius, it has been 43 days since you left Port Nyanzaru.
What? I did not think that much time had gone by.
Wow.
Holy crap! I think we're running out of insect repellent.
Oh, you've run out.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say. I'm pretty sure we had 40 days worth of.
Okay,
I thought we might have gotten some extras at the camp or somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
They had food. I don't think they had any insect repellent.
Yeah, because they had the problem that they were being sick because of all that.
Yep.
Would there have been anything of use that we could have picked up back at my place? Maybe.
Go ahead and roll an investigation for me. If you get 15 or higher.
Dang. Can I have done it?
No, it's her home village, but I'll give her advantage.
Okay.
15
I'm
or
probably
higher.
gonna need it.
I would have been helping for that, yeah.
Yeah, 15 or higher, and you will find some more.
No.
Yeah.
So we've been in contact with Inete, and I know they didn't have bug repellent, but presumably they would have ordered some since we've been gone.
They were expecting supplies.
So if she's meeting us, which I don't know what Delmore's response on that, I think we could have asked her to bring some.
If you guys want to check my character sheet, I bought a ton of it at the port.
That's right, because he bought the wrong stuff or something. He didn't realize it lasted for like 30 days.
Well, he had some incense. I know that he had... I remember that Delmore had a lot because I borrowed some from him because I was out. But, maybe you'd have enough for... I don't know if you'd have enough for everyone, though.
I'm looking.
Those Explorer packs
my
that
goodness.
I picked up.
No, he's got plenty.
Thanks, Delmore.
So how much is plenty?
He has enough for another 20 days for each of you on top of the original.
Jesus, Austin.
So you guys have another 17 days of bug repellent.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Delmore.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
So that's good. We won't have to worry about that for a little bit. Okay. Right. So, So traveling along the River Tath, you're actually traveling on top of the gorge that the river goes through. The bridge at Atazcahatla crossed the gorge. The river was hundreds of feet below. And I'll let you guys choose which side of the gorge you want to be on. I think when you cross the bridge, you're on the east side. So we'll just stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we know that the place is specifically more on one side than the other. So I think either or is good.
So we're going to stick with that. And there's a point at which the river forks. But being up on the gorge actually is good because it gives you more vision. You can see further. The river forks about there. And you stick with the eastern fork, I assume. Let's see. Hang on. Sorry, I have to keep switching layers to look at the map to see which things to uncover.
Mm.
Right. Okay, so you make it about this far. It is another. Hang on. Five days of travel from last week. But as far as Austin's messages go, I was going to wait for him to
that's
be
fine.
not driving before I answered. I don't think any of the answers will have a direct effect on what the party's doing. But when you get this far, the river empties into a large wetland. And you are high up on a plateau looking down into this area. Ooh, and there's a lot to uncover because you can see pretty far. It is, about that far. Nice. And when you actually come through to where the river empties out and the plateau ends, do that, Sonny. It happens to be one of the very few days in which it is not raining.
Ooh.
Pretty.
This is very rare. I should treasure it. I think I should sunbathe a little.
Isn't your tan year-round, though?
Yes, but you have to enjoy the little pleasures in life. And the sun is very enjoyable. No?
I'm afraid I cannot find any reason to argue.
Still upset.
About?
Well, you know. Now I'm afraid to mention it. You'll get even more upset. It's rare that I remember something that others don't.
I remember.
I believe it is because you turned into a spider, right?
No.
No, I did not forget that. I am reminded by it every time I sleep, in my deepest and darkest nightmares.
It's just a spider. There are many in the forest right now that you can't even see. They're hiding. Everywhere.
I visibly go pale.
That amused me, and I go and sunbathe.
I would like everyone to roll perception checks for me.
I should be able to do that.
Koscheck.
What the fuck? Tyrius, my man. Oh, never mind. I was destroyed by a ghost chick.
I'm sunbathing. I'm not looking at the forest.
Okay. Well, both Koscheck and Tyrius can see just at the edge of your sight, about here, a very strange sight. It appears to be a large piece of rock floating above the swampy forest.
The rock is floating.
Like
Yes.
floating city floating?
Floating maybe about 300 feet in the air.
Damn.
And Koscheck, because of that stupid, insane perception. roll.
Not even a natural 20.
No.
Very well done.
You can see that it is vaguely heart-shaped.
Oh, wow. That's...
Well, yeah, that... Okay.
She said we would know it. She said the impression I got was we would know it when we saw it. I think we know it.
It seems quite likely.
It's very literal, isn't it?
You can also just barely make out on top of the rock. It looks like the top of the rock is flat, but there are two trees, or dead trees, it's hard to make out from here, that almost look like veins or arteries coming out of the top, giving it an even more heart-like appearance.
Is this like a romanticized heart or
No.
an actual organ heart?
An organ heart.
Wow.
Ooh.
Are there waterfalls coming from it, making blood everywhere?
You can't tell from this distance.
Guess we'll have to get closer then.
But how does one get up?
Well, what's snaking down from it again? These arteries?
No, they
Vines
snake
and
up.
stuff? They snake up. Okay. Do they snake all the way to the rock?
No, sorry. They are on top,
Oh, okay.
going up. You see nothing linking the heart to the ground. From this distance. You're 5 days away from it. You're a good 50 miles out.
Delmore and I can get us up there if it's necessary.
You can as well?
Yeah. I got the Griffin.
Yes, right.
So
Hey, DM, real quick question. It looks like there is a river within a lake.
So this whole area, the Aldani Basin, is a wetland. That's the sort of teal color.
Ah, okay. Got it.
Like here.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the actual river and lake.
Exactly.
Got it.
But because it is a wetland, there are rivers, there are small streams and creeks and whatnot running all through it. Only the very large river and lakes are shown, but there are small lakes. It's essentially a giant swamp. Wow, my southern really came out on that. Swamp.
swamp. I like it.
And so you spend a good part of a day just working your way down from the top of this plateau. It is almost on a level with the heart. But we played in the creek too when I was little. The heart is maybe 100 feet above the top of the plateau where you're standing, but when you work your way down, the heart is 300 feet above the ground, give or take, rough estimate. But you spend the next day working your way down to the basin level.
Well, as we're sort of approaching sort of like wetlands kind of area, I'm going to look for signs of, like occupation or any thing that would mark this as being, territory of like lizard folk tribes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just, goblins here?
Pardon?
Weren't there goblins here? Or am I mistaken for something else?
There's probably goblins everywhere.
There are goblins really everywhere.
That's true. I thought that specifically there were some here, though. I don't know why.
No.
The one we know of is like up northwest of Camp Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Northeast of Vorn.
Oh, geez. Even okay. Wow.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Roll survival for me.
Okay.
I think you're making up for all the rolls that you didn't do in the past forever.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, let's use them up early.
That's what we said last session, and it just did not happen.
No, it didn't. Instead, I ran out. All right, so you don't find any lizard folk signs, and having experience with them, you're used to like their hunter trail signs that they leave each other, marking, good game trails, and also they're like territorial markers and whatnot, and you find none. However, oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. However, you do find several kinds of tracks that you are unfamiliar with. They do seem to have some sign of civilization. You find some broken Yikawa heads, and you find some like recently flaked stone that you assume was used to make tools or arrows.
Okay.
But you aren't certain, and you seem to only find this close to water, close to flowing water.
Okay.
Are you looking for something specific, my child?
I just wanted to see if any of the lizard people lived in the area. You can never be too careful around water and swamps, and you do not want to disturb their territory.
Very well. I'll try to keep an eye out.
But I did not find that. I found something else. I don't know what it is.
What about the wildlife? What do I feel nearby?
So, let's see. You definitely know that there are very large dinosaurs in the river. The plant life feels different in the wetlands. That there are more insects here than there were in the high plateaus. You don't really have a lot of sense of like civilized creatures, but you do know that the biggest dangers for you seem to lie in the water.
All right, everyone, stay away from the rivers. Definitely dinosaurs in there. Watch for bugs, and yes, I think we should be fine.
So, how would you guys like to proceed?
What was Laura's recommendation? Unless there's a reason we can't, can we just stay along?
I feel along the river might not inside it, just following it as close as we can get to where the heart is floating, I guess.
So to get to the heart, you're going to have to cross the river at some point.
Oh, we should cross on a narrow. I don't know if there's any bridges around here.
Somewhere very narrow or with a bridge, we cross it. Otherwise, we walk along until we get there and then we figure it out.
Is there any place we can like chop down a tree and get a nice bridge ourselves? Or does it not look like it ever gets that narrow?
It never gets the big river never gets narrow enough for a single tree to cross.
Got it.
It is very wide and very deep.
If Delmore is willing, and I don't hear any objections, he could cast Fly on George, and George could ferry us across two at a time.
Delmore will do that.
I object. No,
You're driving. I would rather you just listen, and I'll play Delmore until you get home.
You got told, Austin.
Because I want you to get home. Capiche?
I think he's not responding specifically to comply with your wishes.
Excellent. Yeah. You travel along the river for a couple of days, and then make a survival check to look for a good river crossing.
I could do that. If I didn't roll like shit tonight.
Dawnflower also has a fever and would like you to be nice.
We call these the Rapids of Lost Souls. Let's cross here.
This is the perfect place to cross. No danger at all.
Okay. So you all spend a day crossing this river. Because the best places... You look up and down the river and are unable to find an easy ford. So the best you can do is find a narrow-ish spot, but it takes all of Delmore's casting, so his 2 spell slots, takes ages to cross everyone across. And you decide to call it early and camp for the night. But that puts you here within a day's walk of the Heart. And now, even though it has started raining again, from here you can all see it quite clearly.
Oh, wow. That's even, more visceral than I had imagined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is really well done.
This is a dwelling place for bats?
And you can make out an opening on the side and a staircase leading from the opening to the top. The staircase looks like it was man-made and not a natural formation. The Heart itself floats in the air very steadily, but it does rotate. It seems to rotate slowly, counterclockwise, and makes a full revolution almost every hour or so.
Very slowly, then.
Yes. And at this distance, you can see red liquid dripping
Jeez.
from it.
Is there any smell in the air from it?
No.
What does it smell like? Okay.
You're about 10 miles from it now.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you camp for the night, and the next day set out. As you approach, you get near to it, near enough that it is very clear to you now. Dawnflower, you can feel now the trees on top are dead. There are some small plants there. You all get a distinct smell of iron from the red liquid that is dropping down. But you can tell now the liquid in this area all is reddish. But it is not thick like blood. It seems merely to be red water.
Man,
Like there's actually just some iron nearby and in it.
Yes.
This seems so entirely strange and unique, at least to TJ.
Sonny can roll an Arcana check.
Okay, an Arcana check. Is there any hint of something that might have... where's my Arcana? Here it is. Yeah, that's a bad roll.
Yeah. So you're not sure...
Just as strange and weird.
It is very strange. You've heard of other pieces of floating rock referred to as earth moats. This could be one, but it looks so weird and looks so much like an actual heart that you don't know for sure if it is one.
So, can I talk about how there's earth moats floating through the plane of Earth? Or maybe that was a celestial realm. I don't remember. Anyway, it's definitely something beyond our plane.
Do I know anything special about this heart? I'm not a very smart woman, so the answer is probably no.
Well, I actually have a book report thing I can say about this.
Roll history.
I whip out my crystal and I give it a lick. Could have been a lot worse.
You do know a little bit. You have heard about some other tribes. You didn't pay a lot of attention, but some other tribes worshipped what they thought was the heart of the god Ubtao. But they, and they would go there to make offerings. That's about all you know.
Some people actually think this is the heart of the god.
I have something to do with my celestial theory.
As you all get closer, you can make out two figures on the top flat surface of the heart. They seem to be in animated conversation. The taller one.
Do we recognize them?
You're pretty far away.
I figured as much.
I'll let you guys decide how close you were getting to the heart.
Well, there's no obvious way up that doesn't involve, flying, right?
Right.
So we're probably going to get real close to it so that we can ferry people up and down using as few resources as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's say you're not directly under it, but maybe a football field's length from it.
That sounds fair.
In that case, you can make out that one looks feminine and one looks masculine. The taller one is masculine.
How tall? Like way tall?
No. But you can make out that he is wearing red robes.
Uh-oh.
The two of them seem to be having a heated discussion. I'll let all of you roll insight to see. It's going to be hard to tell from this distance what's going on, but
Ghost Dick, my man.
I'm thinking real quick. We're supposed to be meeting our potential ally here, right? The one you want.
Yep.
Did she say if it was a female?
No, she did not say the Yuan-Ti.
No.
There are two potential allies, one of which was here.
I could have sworn she said
one of them was Yuan-Ti.
One of them. So we don't know if this one's Yuan-Ti or not. Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, Tyrius and Kostik. Both of you can tell that they're having an argument, and it looks from the body language like the man is trying to exert. He's trying to intimidate. He's trying to sort of browbeat the woman, it looks like, from his body language. And you see him make a quick gesture, and the woman make almost like a slicing gesture with her hands. And then the man looks almost like he's picked up and by something invisible and thrown off the side of the heart. As he's falling, he starts to gesture and say something again. You see the woman make another one of those slicing gestures. And then the man hits the ground.
Well, that is what he gets for mansplaining.
Then the woman notices your group, and she shouts down to all of you. And you can you can make out what she's saying fairly clearly. She shouts, "Please come up. I offer truce for 1 hour." And she takes out a little scroll and reads it. And appearing next to her on the top level of the heart is a whirling, swirling cascade of energy. One appears near all of you.
It's very convenient.
And she then turns around and starts walking down the stairs and going into the
I'd like to go check out that guy who just fell.
Yeah, I was going to say, how far away did he fall?
Because I want to send George to bring back his corpse.
About 100 yards from you. He fell directly down. It looked like he might have been trying to cast a spell or something.
He was trying to feather fall, and he got counterfucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's try to be nice with this lady so that we do not end up like him.
I really like her. I mean,
I know, right?
Hold on.
Style.
Tyrius,
Can I get a...
Control your urges around her.
Well, can I get a fact check on... Because I've been doing a lot of research on the Red Wizards of Fate. Yeah. We know these guys are Red Wizards. What else do we know about them besides Inede had visions of them?
So you know... Why don't you roll a history check for me?
Because... sorry, I keep changing. I'm trying to find in my notes where it says one of our allies will betray us, but I can't find it. History. I'm getting there.
While you're doing that, I'll tell everyone else. I did put in the player handouts the Legend of the Trickster Gods that Sajat and Baza told you.
Nice.
For reference.
He's a lich. He's the leader of the Red Wizards.
Yes.
More strong bad than any before.
Yes. That is Saz Tam. And he is... with that history, you know some basic world history. And you know that some time ago, you're not exactly clear on when, he tried either to take over the world or to become a god or, lich stuff.
Yeah.
And was stopped. But he wasn't destroyed, and he didn't really lose his place in the government of Thay. Thay is ruled by a council of very strong mages.
Okay.
So
I like her. She's tossed a fucking necromancer off the ledge. Well, someone who consorts with necromancers.
And the Red Wizards are not all necromancers, right?
Yeah.
But they are all wizards. And
it's just my prejudice. They're
like
all...
a mageocracy.
Yes, exactly.
Jerks.
So, George runs off quickly and brings back the body. Hang on.
Good boy, George.
I like to loot him.
Yep, it's too bad that the two people I gave extra loot rolls to are not here.
Oh.
Hang on.
Sure, they're just off somewhere in the bushes being teenagers.
What does that mean? What do teenagers do in the bushes?
I'll tell you when you're older.
You don't do it in the bushes, I can tell you that much. That's an embarrassing place to get poison ivy.
Yeah. Hang on.
There's not much more than bushes around here, so...
I've got to bring up my other notes. Sorry.
That's true. Teenagers had to be very resilient in Chult.
Yeah.
So you do find on him a spell book. It is very obviously one, and Delmore can make out some of the spells. You find, a component pouch. Roll an investigation for me. Yes, he is. Cool. Nice. Roll. Let's see. I did not have these notes ready, and I should have. Sorry. Not thinking you guys would want to loot a corpse.
You only
the wizard corpse.
Forget looting corpses one time, and then you never let it happen again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it'll take a minute for those to load up. But roll me a d20. Okay. When it loads up, I'll tell you what you find.
Cool.
But otherwise, he doesn't seem to have any magical equipment. Like, his robes aren't special. They're just red and wizardy. He's not carrying a staff or anything. And you expect the suddenness of his departure from the heart might be why you're not finding a whole lot on him.
Didn't have time to pack his bags.
Exactly.
Well, are we ready to visit this lady?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's try not to piss her off. I step into the circle.
Okay. And you step immediately out at the top of the heart.
This is amazing. I'll move forward and start looking at this dead tree full of bats. It looks sad.
Can I recognize this spell?
Roll Arcana.
It's a 6th level spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recognize this as not quite Town Portal. As an arcane gate. You know that it will last for 10 minutes.
Good thing we didn't take too long looting.
Yep. And you can travel back and forth through it. Both gates connect to one another. She did, though, mention to you an hour truce.
For 1 hour.
Mm-hmm. So after that hour, if she doesn't like us, we'll take the short way down.
Possibly.
Let's try not to make that happen.
Okay, so Dawnflower, you are looking at the tree. Is anyone else going up?
Yeah, I want to go up. And is there any of that god blood around?
On the top, no.
Was there any on the bottom before I went up?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone else going up too?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go up.
Okay. Marnie is going to stay behind with George.
So kind.
I guess that's a good idea, yeah. George should stay down.
Marnie is babysitting with Macabre and George.
Exactly. She's feeding him little bits of fruit and teaching him to fetch. And teaching him to ride George.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah. So the tree at the top is petrified. It is turned to stone. But it is hollow, and you can see inside sleeping, because it is mid-morning. You can see sleeping a bunch of bats. It looks like they've nested in the hollow of this petrified tree.
It's a good place for them to stay. Is there anything else of interest besides the two big trees now that we're up top?
The top is fairly featureless otherwise.
Okay, then I'm ready to go down the stairs and meet this lady.
Okay.
Yeah, she seems cool.
Until she tries to kill us, she's probably gonna be pretty cool.
The rest of you notice as you all get to the top of this that Tyrius's new fancy rod is dripping with the red liquid. And he seems to have some on him as well.
What?
Did you do that? Did you get your?
Something in my hair?
Did you try to?
Is my hair okay?
Did you go?
No, you're just dripping blood. Well, not blood, like red liquid. You didn't try to shower yourself in this stuff to get special powers, did you?
No, I probably not. I probably just got too close to a bush or something that had dripped onto it.
Okay, so you all go down the staircase. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I already don't believe you.
Yes, you do, motherfucker.
That could happen. It happened to me once. I was just walking and then bush.
Yeah, the bush was just wet, and sorry.
Come on, natural 20, come on.
Yeah.
Tyrius, I thought I was the clumsy one.
I'm really sorry, guys. But up we go.
All right. You head down the staircase.
Down we go.
I really hope this woman is not upset with the red.
And so the stairs are smooth. They look cleanly cut, and they don't show much sign of wear. The rest of the heart, you can tell, is ancient. The stone is eroded and pitted, but the stairs look almost new. Definitely well maintained. And there's no risk of falling. They're wide enough that you can walk down them easily. When you get to this small cave entrance, the floor in the cave entrance slopes up a little bit, and there's a small trickle of water coming from inside the heart out the cave entrance and falling over the side, and it is this reddish water. And it looks like it's got the viscosity of water, not blood.
Now that we're closer to it, do I notice anything weird about it? Is it just dirty water,
Roll
or
nature.
Special? Wow, nailed it!
Yeah. So you can tell from the smell. It smells like iron, not copper. Meaning it's very likely not blood.
Good.
And looking at the stone around you, you see that a lot of this earth bears like iron ore and whatnot. You think that maybe just the water has picked up iron.
Okay, it's just a funky coincidence.
But entering the cave, you find yourself in a room carved out of the cave itself. The heart itself is hollow. The walls look natural, but it's musty inside, and it's dimly lit by daylight that comes down from the ceiling, and it looks like through that hollowed, petrified tree. And in fact, there's a pool of this water in the center that looks like rain comes down through the tree and pools in the center of this floor. There are some natural pillars formed by roots of that petrified tree. Around the wall, you find 3 bookcases. Along the right wall, along the left wall, you see a desk and some wooden crates. Opposite the entrance, you can see 2 open passages that lead to small rooms. Although one passage, the left one, there's a curtain drawn across it. The right one is just an open sort of doorway immediately leading into a small room.
Guys, this sounds an awfully lot like a battle map. Everybody, no, I'm kidding.
The woman is there, and you can tell now that you're closer, you can see her quite clearly, and she is elvish, blonde, and she introduces herself to you. She says, "Welcome to my home, temporarily at least. My name is Valindra Shadowmantle. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Well, sure, the pleasure
That's
is
a
ours.
cool name. It sounds like a badass person we've probably heard of. Shadow Mantle.
Does the name sound familiar?
You can roll a history check.
I mean, I'm sure she's not like Tyrius and just names herself whatever is cool for that session.
She just found a cool cape. She was like, you know what? Shadow Mantle.
Shadow Mantle!
Yeah.
All right. So, Tyrius, you're not familiar. But, Sunny, you do...
Gasp! Yeah.
You do recognize the name, although you're not 100% sure on the context. You do know that she was involved in stopping Saz Tam from achieving whatever big goal he had. But you also know that she's likely a red wizard herself.
Oh. Wait. Saztan was the lich that...
The Lich, who was the leader of the Red Wizards who tried lichy stuff.
She stopped him, but she is a red wizard.
Probably. You're not 100% sure. And it gets iffy because politics in this foreign country of Thay are fluid. You know that it is a magocracy, but the Red Wizards seem to have fallen out of favor some time ago. They might be in favor now. You're not 100% sure. There's a lot of inside baseball you're not familiar with.
Huh.
But you do recall her being on the side against Saz Tam when he tried his lichy bad stuff.
Well, thank you for the hot...
The portal was very convenient. It's nice to meet you. I'm Dawnflower, Shepherd of Chult.
Pleasure. I shall provide one down for you when it is time to leave.
Well, is there something you wish to speak about? You were so willing to let us up after how aggressively you dismissed your last guest.
She looks at you and she says, well, if he was any sort of wizard, he wouldn't have had a trouble with the fall.
Well, none of us here are wizards. We hope we also don't have any trouble with it.
Very true. It's a peculiar choice of habitation. A nice one, I have to say. Lovely choice. But why are you living in the heart of Ubtao, of all places? Solitude, maybe?
Well, yes, for my studies, but also it is centrally located, and people don't often bother me.
I can see how that could be the case.
It is
And now
very
many
difficult
visitors in one day.
Well,
It is very difficult to knock on this door.
and she'll laugh. Politely, it sounds.
Sorry, your name was, I just had it and I lost it.
Valindra Shadow.
Valindra Shadowmantle. My name is Sunny. This is Tyrius. Tyrius, what are you currently being called?
Spirit Smacker.
Really? Okay.
Did you not see me smack that spirit?
I think Sunny should come up with your names more often.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to give him free reign and not dictate exactly. Let things happen more organically.
Creativity is not his strong suit.
I'll edit it later.
Also, you realize I'm currently the spirit of the jungle.
Right, I smacked the last spirit. This
Former
new
spirit
spirit.
smacker.
Former spirit.
It's important.
Anyway, this is Koshek, Delmore, and Dawnflower. Did I miss anybody?
No.
Oh, yeah, she's downstairs.
She says, well, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. I must confess, I knew you were coming.
Did you also speak to the sea serpent?
Oh, no, she wouldn't speak to me. But I have eyes and ears in the jungle. I've heard of your exploits.
We're getting famous.
Are we? I don't recall there being many people seeing us do much.
Well then, I'm sorry, we haven't really heard of you. What exactly... I don't want to delve too much in case you don't want to share. I'm just curious, what are you studying here?
I'm searching for the soulmonger.
Ah, so are we.
So, it seems perhaps we have things to talk about.
Well,
I must ask, why are you looking for the soulmonger? You want to destroy it like we do?
I tell you what, how about we share truth for truth, question for question? The first one to refuse, well, we stop. Fair? I'll let you ask first.
Oh, I was going to pull out a coin. I consent.
well, same question that she just asked, I suppose.
I was sent here by Sas Tam to recover the soulmonger. However, I don't wish him to have it. That was the argument you saw earlier. One of Tam's men.
I'd like to roll insight on that.
I want to roll insight, but I want to wait till the end.
No,
Like,
per question.
okay. Well, fine.
Okay, so the both of you feel like she is telling the truth, that she's keeping her end of this little game bargain. She looks at all of you and she says, "Did the oracle tell you where to find it?"
The Oracle, in no certain terms, gave us the location that she believes it to lie.
Good, good. I like this game. Your turn.
Is there an artifact that resides here of some power and significance to our quest for the Soulmonger?
No.
Insight?
It's a nice try. Yeah,
Do you only want one person doing insight? Do you want us all?
Yeah,
do you want
can
the
we
person who
all?
asked the
So
question?
no more than 2.
Okay. I would like to
Gunflower?
do fewer.
I have +4. It's not great, but I mean, and I roll like shit.
Oh, wow.
Wait. This is important to me. Dawnflower, please have my inspiration.
Really?
Okay. This is important. The snake lady clearly told us there was an artifact here.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think I should have just not showed up tonight, you guys.
Gunflower's taking just as much medication as you are.
Yeah.
You both get that she is very disciplined, right? But she doesn't seem to be showing you a poker face at the moment. It's more like really powerful wizards have very ordered minds.
Some compartmentalization.
Exactly. But
was just about.
You still feel like she's telling the truth. She then asks her question. She says, "Is the soulmonger in the city of Omu?"
I have to double check my note.
I missed the question. It went in and out.
Oh, she asked if the soulmonger was in the city of Omu.
That is where we're heading, to the south between the Peaks of Flame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we telling
Isn't
her the
it
truth? Because I
under-
could lie to her pretty well, but nah,
It's not in it. It's under it. But I don't say that. But I just talking to other people. It's under it.
It's.
I'm gonna, before anyone says anything, I'm just gonna kind of jump in and say, I am not usually one who is a stickler for rules, but I think we actually have another question, because you did not truly answer Mother's question.
How did I not answer?
Her question was if you wish to destroy the soulmonger.
She smiles. And she says, then I shall answer.
Very well done.
I would prefer to destroy it than see it fall into the hands of Saztam.
Once again, I feel like it's a simple question.
Does make one wonder what you would prefer even more than that.
I don't
That will be a
know
question
enough
for
about
later.
it yet. So I will tell you this. I would rather destroy it than see it fall into anyone else's hands. However, I do know my limits, and if it is too powerful an artifact for me, and I might lose myself to it, I should prefer to see it destroyed as well.
To answer your question, we believe that the soulmonger is in the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Do you need me to roll deception on that? Because
Yeah,
I'm not lying, but I am...
but you're misleading.
Yeah.
Nice.
You are good. Hang on a second. I've got to regenerate her skills.
Two can play this game, bitch!
Mm-hmm.
She
that's
also
the
needs
line
to
to her
drink
now,
a lot
alright.
more water. She needs to drink a lot more water. Poor lady. I'm just looking at her and I'm like, yeah.
Are you kidding? I'd kiss her if she wasn't, consorting with necromancers.
Yeah, that's how I should have introduced him.
All right, just a second. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not pretty. I'm just saying she definitely needs to hydrate more.
I'd definitely throw Delmore off a cliff to get closer to her. He can fly. He'll be fine.
Okay. She is going to roll some insight.
I know that she might be, but I don't like her.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she's not fucking around.
Probably not gonna like us either.
All right. She nods at your answer.
I mean, I'll ask more things. Does someone else have something they want to ask?
Do you know how to destroy it? Soulmonger.
Do I have the answer to that?
Do you?
I'm trying to find out.
I don't think that we know.
So when I type in Control F and hit destroy, I have destroy Ra's al Ghul.
Okay. She says, I do.
Do you have any other questions?
Wait. Let's just make sure. Well, I mean, try to make sure.
You can, if you want, say you took Zone of Truth.
Unless I knew she was here, I would never have prepared it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so did you have any other questions for her?
Yes,
her
but
turn.
I think it's her turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Okay.
I mean, if she wants me to ask more questions, I'm all for it.
No. She will look at all of you and say, "Do you know the way to this tomb?"
No.
Only in a cardinal sense.
Okay. She'll nod, indicating it's your turn.
Shall I ask the obvious question? Or does anybody want to give it a try?
I mean,
should do it.
I'll ask, but I'd like to let other people get in on it.
It's all yours.
Okay. We were told that you could be a great ally to us. Will you be our ally? How could you help us?
She smiles and she says, "Oh, I think we could be very good friends indeed. My associates have found the forbidden city of Omu. But we have run into a problem. The Yuan Ti are in the city as well."
Oh, we should totally pit them against each other and just let them deal with all our problems.
She says, "I should like you to negotiate with them on our behalf. They won't speak with us."
Yes!
They won't. Why do you think they would speak with us?
They likely won't consider you a threat. Or they might have other reasons.
They haven't been very willing to communicate before now. We did try to parlay with a small group we'd found. They pretty much outright attacked us.
They were not very nice.
Well, I will give you some names to drop. My people have found this much. Perhaps that will help.
And in exchange for these negotiations, what do we gain from it?
My assistance, which is not inconsiderable. Plus, I shall give you a small token of my esteem that shall show the other Thayans that they should treat you with respect.
Would they honor this? I mean, you're clearly not exactly friendly with all of them.
Oh, I'm in command of them. That gentleman you saw earlier merely questioned my command. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Can I be heard now?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome, Austin.
Carry on.
Is it her turn?
You started talking truce.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, we'd kind of
Cooperation.
And so she assumes that the little game is over and you've gotten down to business.
It's too bad.
No, this is more direct.
I don't
like
trust her at all.
Me neither, and I hate that we don't know how to destroy the thing. She's the only one who knows, maybe.
She is going to roll another insight.
It's
not like we're lying.
No, but looking at all of you, because she's trying to get a feel for all of you after she's sort of made this offer, and she says, I can see you don't trust me.
No.
Nor should you. However, my word is good.
I just don't believe her.
So, Austin, I will catch you up if you like.
Or I've been in and out. I got the gist.
Okay, cool.
I think it's this music. I think this music is putting me off. Something about it. I don't know.
I just...
Here we go. Let me switch it up then.
Something more ominous.
Yeah. Oh, this definitely reassures me.
We're all just talking with our weapons drawn.
You made it worse. You made it worse.
I made it awesome.
I was talking to Trent. And
all right.
Weren't
we told there's an artifact here, though?
Yes.
No.
And she says that there is one here.
She says there isn't, but this is weird because I believe her. But I also believe Snake Lady.
Snake Lady never told you there was an artifact here. She told you there was something you needed here.
That's not true. I asked her. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe she didn't say there was an artifact here. This is what my notes say. This is what I asked. Are there any powerful artifacts nearby that would help us? And she said, if you seek the Heart of Chult.
Mm-hmm. So it might be considered the heart itself is an artifact. But more likely, she was telling you the where to find the things you need to succeed, and one place is here.
Could we?
But I will definitely clarify DM-wise that my intent at the time you were talking to the Snake Lady was not that you should think there was an artifact here.
Okay. No, that's fine. My notes could just be bad. I write these in shorthand, you know?
Yep. So, I'm happy to make it clear. No, that is not a Sararak.
That's what I wrote.
Yeah, that is definitely completely wrong.
Nothing different.
So a Sararak is definitely a lich. He's more powerful than the most powerful liches you've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Strong
what she would have
bad.
told you. Yeah. And one of the most powerful liches you've ever heard of was this Saz Tam, who is the leader of the Red Wizards of Thay.
So they could be one and the same.
No, they're definitely not the same person.
Okay.
I don't like her. I think she consorts with the undead.
Could we have a moment, maybe, just to discuss among ourselves?
Of course. Take your time, and she will wander off into one of the little alcoves, the one that does not have curtains. Call me when you're ready. Our truce lasts for an hour. You have more than half an hour left.
Excellent. Thank you. Huddle up, huddle up.
I pull out my staff of lordly might, and I will use it to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Which I assume is just I throw it out there like a fucking divining rod and just see if it points to anything. I just want to see if there's anything magical that can overhear our conversation.
So you hold out the rod in both hands in front of you vertically and concentrate on it, and you can feel almost rippling out from it this divination magic that detects other magic and then returning back to you almost like sonar pings. You do detect other magic. You detect magic from the torches that are glowing. You detect definitely some kind of transmutation magic in the alcove where Valindra went.
Mm-hmm.
You detect illusion magic there as well. In the curtained off alcove, you detect a strong sense of necromancy. Yeah. You do detect some magic from the bookcases and the desk. Nothing, no divination magic in any of it, which would be the kind of magic used to sense you, to overhear your talking.
So, she's probably one of the only people who can destroy the soulmonger. The question is, do we trust her to know that she can't use it because nobody should and destroy it?
She will betray us. We know that will happen, and I know how she will do it. She will help. She will use us to get to the soulmonger and take it for herself.
I don't know. She seemed trustworthy. It didn't seem
She
like she
seems
was lying.
like a good liar.
Perhaps. But so we don't accept her help.
No,
And
we accept it.
We can betray her before she betrays us.
We just have to be just as duplicitous as her. I think that we can play the Red Wizards against the Yuan Ti. Let them fight each other while we save the world.
I suppose that could be possible. Lying to Elia is not so bad. How do we make her tell us the truth about how we can destroy this thing, though? She would probably keep it up her sleeve.
I want to say that whatever her name told us, like, not how to destroy it, but she told us that, like, enough to make me think that if we just dealt with what we already knew was a problem, that we would find out along the way. But I don't actually have anything like that written in my notes.
Yeah, she would have given you that impression. That it's not knowledge that is hidden away to only a select few.
All right. I wonder if she can get us there faster. That would be great.
Do we have a code word for murder everything?
Should we
Yes,
have
actually,
one?
it's macaroons. I used it, I don't know, like 30 days ago.
Well, there was those things, right? They were all everywhere.
What?
No? Am I remembering this wrong?
I
All
don't
right.
know what you're talking about.
So, macaroons or whippoorwill. I think that tentatively we make arrangements to accept the deal, and that we get the names and we start working on turning them against each other. But I want to see something when she returns, and I'm curious. I have a feeling that I might be very exacerbated by all of this nefariousness, deeds, things like that, you know.
The lady did mention that she wanted to take the soulmonger for herself, so I don't think it's much of a stretch to assume that she probably dabbles in necromancy.
So, are you all with me?
About what?
About me going down an inquisitive train of thought? Because they don't have trains back then. An inquisitive path. And if it leads to a place that makes me want to, I don't know, smite her, are you guys with me?
Yeah, doesn't she still have like 25 minutes?
Right now?
I'm going to give her a chance to explain herself.
Well, you realize that if she is a necromancer, I doubt that any answer that she will come up with will be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Necromancy isn't just the undead. Resurrection is necromancy.
I don't feel like allying with her would be good for us in the long run.
But we're not planning on staying with her. We're planning on betraying her, putting her up against the UNT. Snake people against wizards.
I don't know if this is the best place. I mean, I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, Sonny. I agree with you. I'm not sure that we should start picking a fight with the very powerful wizard on top of a flying hawk.
That's somewhat of what I'm suggesting.
Can't it wait? We're planning on betraying her anyway. Can't it wait just a little later until we've actually gained some
If
progress?
she leads the Red Wizards, and if they are already antagonizing the Yuan-Ti people, and we let her go, this will not be the last we see of her. And we will reap that when we attempt to breach Omo.
Yeah, I don't. You kept on saying that we could try to turn them against each other or play them off each other. They're already really doing that. She wants us to settle a truce with them so that the Red Wizards can get in there. I would prefer if they just continued to fight each other and if we could just sneak around or through.
I think they're maintaining their borders currently.
Mm-hmm.
My
That was
thought
the impression I
is
got.
that if we actually agree for her assistance, she could possibly get us to her people who are already in Ubtao much faster than we could ever get there on our own. What we do after
and then
that,
we'd be surrounded by them.
we'll have to go there one way or another. If they believe that we're on their side, then we pretend to truce and then pretend to truce with the Yuan-Ti. And wasn't that the plan? To pretend to be their friends and just get to our goal while they slaughter each other?
She may just get us there much quicker.
I think we accept the negotiations, and that rather than being representatives of the Red Wizards, we indicate that we were just pretending to be representatives, that we were Red Wizards there to do nefarious things. We let them counterattack an aggression.
So you want us to go up to the UNT and say, no, we're not here to bargain, we're here to kill you. Quick attack the Red Wizards?
We go in as representatives of the Red Wizards, but they accept the invitation because we're not.
Mm-hmm.
But then we give every sign that, okay, these guys are actually just bullshitting us. They're Red Wizards. We make it look like this was all just a infiltration scheme.
Or we are just a diversion and they're attacking from the south and it would be very dangerous and the Yuan-Ti should go and attack right away.
I feel like what will happen immediately after that is they attack us and we're now in the middle of their camp.
Well, you don't do negotiations in the middle of their camp. They'll send representatives out to meet with us. We'll meet with them.
Okay, fair enough. I just don't believe we'll be able to convince them that again, they're already fighting.
I think perhaps we do not know enough of the situation to properly plan.
Okay, maybe instead we disguise ourselves as the rival factions and do attacks on the other one during the evenings.
We can do that without accepting her agreement.
Well,
it would be useful to have her information, though.
We accept our deal for the time being. We see if she can get us there faster, if she can get us there better informed. If she can't, then it's not really worth it, and we just don't do it. And she can rot in this part if she wants. But if she can get us there faster or better informed, aren't we the better for it?
Maybe if we do not accept her truce, then maybe at that point she views us as enemies.
I think that's actually extremely likely.
Well, then we just revert back to your original plan, Tyrius, and just smite her.
She knows we're going after something that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
She's not just going to let us go freely. She might not stop us here, but she'll definitely inform her ranks. Make our lives that much more difficult.
I don't think running away is what Dawnflower meant when she said smite her.
I don't either. I'm confused.
All I'm saying is that we try to see what assistance she offers. If it's information, if it's a way of getting to Omu faster, this is exactly what we need from her. Whether or not we hold our end of the bargain, I think it's worth it, even if it's just to go and hide in the jungle as soon as we're there and find our own way inside the city. They'll be busy fighting the Yuan-Ti one way or another. And if she's not offering anything that we think valuable, then you can have your smiting. Am I making sense?
I just would rather do it here than near all the other red wizards.
No, I agree. We get whatever information she has, and if it's something that we can't live without, we take care of the situation as it develops, which might be a fight. Here. Soon.
Oh, yes, it could be risky, and we could be in the camp near Omu, but don't you think it would be worth the risk? There are so many souls being eaten right now by this thing. The longer it takes, you know how long it took us to get here? Over a month. We're not even halfway across the jungle yet.
So let's see what she has to offer. And if it's not worth permitting, then we deal. We just react to that situation. If it's something that we absolutely need, then we follow through on the deal, at least to get what we need.
Real quick, you said that you detected some magic in here, some necrotic or necromantic. What else did you see? Anything else that suggests that she's more than, she has anything set up?
Illusion. Couldn't mean anything, though. I have a more thorough test than I'm planning to enact when she...
Wait, illusion where?
From the alcove that she disappeared into. I believe some evocation from the torches, some transmutation also from her alcove,
yes.
I think. And necromancy from the covered alcove.
So we should assume she knows everything that everybody just said in the last 10 minutes.
Well, detect magic is still running.
Yep. Actually, after your talk, I was going to have you do a group stealth check.
So I am reasonably confident that there's no magical sensors looking in on us.
Yes.
But it's possible that I am just super fucking loud.
Would you start arguing and just start being real loud about it?
Controlling the sound of my voice has anything to do with my dexterity?
She just read lips.
I did secretly roll a perception check for her already.
Uh-oh.
Well, shit.
So you will... I'm going to let you all roll stealth, and we'll take... Remember, I take the median. So...
Kind of regretting not having passed without a trace. All right, we break the huddle and we roll.
Wait. The median, not the mean? Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
To be clear,
I always do the median for a group stealth.
If I believe that she is a necromancer, I will want to take care of the issue now.
But the plan that we just put in place, it requires you to wait somewhat.
If she has something to offer that is absolutely worth tolerating her fucking existence.
Well, then maybe we should decide what is worth tolerating her now, so we can decide it together.
Okay.
Can't I do a performance check to represent my oratory skills?
I will let you do a charisma stealth check, if you prefer.
I would 100% prefer that. That is... I don't have a thing for that, so I'm just going to do...
Well, we haven't rolled yet.
Are
so
you
you're-
proficient in stealth?
No, but I have Jack of all trades, so that's a +1, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
So
well,
any charisma jack of all trades.
that is so much better.
Okay.
It's like a +5 instead of a minus.
It doesn't matter. It's still
Holy
noise.
ball.
Yep. Everyone, go ahead and roll your stealth checks for me.
More.
I didn't. Hey,
What are you talking about?
I also didn't say.
Do you guys want us to die?
Remember,
Okay.
it's the median,
median.
so
Hell yeah.
it depends entirely on what
Sonny.
Tyrius rolls.
All right,
Yeah.
so
The
does that-
system works.
What's a
is that
median?
dependent on
Medium is the
it's
middle
one in the
value, not average.
Yeah.
The middle
So
value?
20 and
Oh,
16 are high, 1 and 3 are low. Tyrius, as long as he rolls between those numbers, is the stealth check.
So I have a question. Because I have disadvantage because I'm in heavy armor.
God damn it.
You do not have disadvantage for this because you were trying. It's talking. It's not.
Okay, that's what I
go
wanted
through
to
the
ask.
tulips.
If anything, that should give him advantage because the creaking of the armor is gonna, drown out.
kidding you.
Yes, except it's Tyrius, so he would have disadvantage because of talking.
And
Guys,
necromancy is a topic.
Stop worrying about this. I got it.
Christmas?
Well, that's the median value.
So
Maybe she rolled low.
She did. She in fact rolled a 1. However,
But she has a +6. or
with her
7.
modifiers, she has a 10.
Would you start arguing real loud about betraying her and killing her? You might be a necromancer. Yeah, but we need her.
She hears in the other room, it's like, no, you stab her, and then I'll hit her over the head.
I'll get behind her and you push.
Yeah.
So when she comes out, I assume you're going to call out to her and tell her that she's out.
Well, I feel like it's pointless now, but
Yeah,
John did
I
have a
kinda
good
expect her
idea
to be
about determining what was invaluable to us. I think teleportation across 20 days of jungle would be acceptable.
Not just teleportation, any kind of
Transportation.
method of decreasing our travel time by even a matter of a couple of days.
Through teleportation.
So
A couple of days doesn't matter much in the grand scheme of things.
Okay. Decreasing it by 5 days or more.
So just as you all break the huddle and are about to call out to her, Delmore, you hear a sound like a bell ringing, a clear bell. No one else hears this. It seems to be coming from outside the cave entrance.
A clear. What is it? Wait. Sorry.
Like
I am uneducated. What is a clear bell? Like
No,
the
literally-
sound of the bell is clear.
yes,
Okay.
it just sounds like a bell ringing once, but it the normal sound tapering off is not happening.
Am I dying or?
You hear the sound of a bell outside.
Okay.
It is very clear.
Now, does my detect magic aura pop up suddenly?
No.
Okay.
Marnie was waiting outside, right? I did cut out at that part. I actually
Right.
don't
She
know
is
where
waiting
is.
down below with George and Macabre.
So on the ground, not
Yes,
just like in the
on the
staircase.
ground.
Okay.
Hanging precariously on the side of the cliff, waiting for you to go rescue her.
So I'll just whisper, to whoever very loudly. Well, I hear a bell. I think we're all dead.
What?
We're all dead.
And
Why?
then
What does it
as the
bell
sound
do?
tapers down, you hear the bell ring again, one clear chime.
Do we all hear it now?
No, only Delmore.
Why are we dead?
All right. I
Shadow
gotta figure
Mantle,
this out.
No, stay
I'm
close.
I'm ready to
Delmore.
discuss terms.
Where is the bell coming from, Brian?
It sounds like it's coming from outside the cave entrance.
I'm gonna just poof there. I'll use the cape of the Mount Bank. Mount
No,
Bank?
Delmore, you should stay close.
You turn
By
around
saying that to like him being gone, like
Yes.
to his after image.
Yep. And there's a distinct smell of brimstone when he disappears. That is a feature of the Cape of the Mountebank.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about the time I met a wizard named Mordenkainen? And he would just poof everywhere randomly.
No, I don't believe you have. I don't think it's the right moment for him.
So Delmore, you appear at the entrance to the cave, and the sound of the bell now sounds further away to the south, which is the way at the moment that the cave entrance is pointing. But when you step outside, it's currently nearly noon, but all of a sudden the sun, which is, you can see the light of it through the clouds above, moves to the west very quickly, and night seems to fall very quickly. The rest of you don't see this. There's still clear daylight streaming through the cave entrance. And as the night falls, the clouds clear, and you can see to the south a constellation, and the stars in the constellation almost seem to shine more brightly. You know this constellation as the ship. And one of the stars in the constellation at the top of the mast starts to shine very brightly indeed, almost so that it looks like a beam of starlight coming straight down from it. And you see that it seems to be shining in a place in the jungle to the south, perhaps 60 or 70 miles south of you.
I'll take out my book of ancient secrets, and real quickly I'll just sketch that area out. Okay. The whole scene, the stars and everything.
Okay.
And then I want to check inside the cover, see if anything new is written.
When you check inside the cover, you see a star chart showing those stars.
Oh, thank God we're not dead.
Where the hell did Delmore go?
The hell did you do to our friend?
When I turn around, is like the time shifted back, or is it?
Yes. When you look up from your book, it is daylight again, as if none of this happened.
Still not used to that. I go back inside.
Okay.
Kind of woozy.
You bring him back to me right now!
As Delmore steps inside, Valindra comes walking out of her alcove. She's got a book in her hand, like she had just been reading. Her fingers marking a page. And she looks at you and says, "Who should I bring back?"
And Delmore just like walks in calmly.
Yeah.
Well played. Well played.
She chuckles a little bit.
I guess I can save this for later.
Yeah. And she looks at all of you and she says, "So, do we have an arrangement?"
I breathe really, really deeply through my nose like I'm exasperated.
Until the end of your next turn. Any fiend or undead within 60 feet of you. So you sense... Yep. From that alcove... Do you get numbers?
You know the type of any being whose presence you sense, but not the identity.
Know the location of any... Yeah.
So you do get numbers. You sense 8 undead in the alcove. They do not seem to be moving. You sense 1 undead where Valindra is standing.
I look at Koschik with puppy dog eyes.
When you do this, she smiles.
You're about to fight a lich.
You remember the last time we did that?
The Duchess of Rot, if I heard correctly.
I didn't realize you were speaking out loud.
She was a mean
Give her
lady.
rolling
I
a
wouldn't
one.
have said we're about to fight because I didn't know that. Did. Sorry.
That's all right. I thought it was funny.
I mean, the odds are probably
Okay.
in that
I want to say now. Look, here are the terms. I wanted to have Tyrus cut me off as a charge. We need to know if you're able to transport us to Omu faster than we would be able to travel there.
Oh,
We need
yes.
to know if we have, if you have any help, if you could help us get into the tomb, if there's any issue with that, and get to the soulmonger itself. And, well, let's be honest, this thing is dangerous for everybody and everything. And I don't doubt there's anyone who really, really wants to survive. We need to destroy it. Will you agree to that?
One more time, slowly. And then she chuckles and she says, I will transport you and your friends to the outskirts of Omu. And we will help each other get into the tomb. Does that sound agreeable?
You will be accompanying us then.
If you like, otherwise. And she looks at Delmore and she says, can you manage a simple sending spell?
That's like 80% of what he does.
I don't like that she knows 80% of what I do.
Then you can contact me when you wish to ask for my assistance. However, part of the deal is that you shall contact me before you enter the tomb, and we shall enter together.
Okay.
If you do
now
not wish
about
my
the Yuan-
company as you explore the city looking for the entrance to the tomb, well then, I understand. And she looks at Tyrius.
Now, about the UNT. You wish that we go there and meet with them in order to stop fighting so you can stop fighting each other, and so that you can get down into the tomb. I assume they want to as well.
They're a distraction. They keep attacking my men. I assume they'll attack you when you arrive, unless you convince them not to. I wish them to not bother us as we go exploring in the tomb.
But how do you think that we would be able to convince them of that?
And she looks at you and she says, once I give you their names, perhaps you can persuade them.
I don't know what we can really offer. They seem to want to get to the soulmonger just as well.
Yeah, roll insight.
I'm curious. When I look pleadingly at Koschik, how's he looking back at me? I can only see 1 inch of his face.
Just narrow eyes.
Damn it!
Well, it all seems like we both have something to gain from working together. Right, everyone. We do want to get there as fast as possible.
Yes.
And, we can make no promises that we will be able to convince the Yuan-Ti of anything. As Sonny has mentioned earlier, we met only one, and they were not very nice. We had to fight them. But we will certainly try. That's agreeable for you, then shall we go?
Do you wish to go directly, or do you have other things you wish to do first? Your friend, the hirsute one, can contact me at any time.
What word did she use?
Hirsute means hairy.
I roll intelligence for that.
Yeah, you know it means hairy. Dwarves are often called hirsute.
Accurate.
Probably by elves on a regular basis, too, so...
Yes.
I don't think they'd take it as an insult.
And she probably didn't mean it as an insult.
Factual.
She's been very pleasant to all of you this whole time.
True. It's true.
And she gestures to an hourglass that is on her desk behind Koschik. And she says, "Perhaps only 10 minutes left in our little truce. Do we have an arrangement? Shall we extend the truce further? Say, to the temple entrance. To the tomb entrance."
I'm kind of ready to agree, but I will look to everybody else first.
I'm looking at Tyrius.
Oh yeah, how antsy is he? How much are his legs shaking?
I am fucking vibrating. I am a Hitachi magic wand.
Hitachi Magic Tyrius.
She will get us to the tomb.
She will betray us.
She smiles at that. She says, "Of course I will, and you will attempt to betray me. Isn't it fun?"
It's wonderful.
It does make life much more interesting.
I agree. I shouldn't have it any other way.
I think we have a deal.
I think so as well.
I don't. Mostly because I wasn't able to tell you guys something, but mostly I want to go into the jungle again.
Following Tyrius's lead.
You are welcome to leave. Call me if you wish fast transport, or when you get to the entrance to the tomb, as per our arrangement. And she walks over to her desk. She opens a door and she pulls out a small stone. And she holds it out. She says, "This is a sending stone. All of my people have them. If you show it to them," and it seems to be engraved with symbols and carvings that Sunny would definitely recognize as one of them, at least, as being the crest of Thay. She says, "If you show this to my people, they will not harm you."
You mentioned that you can transport us quickly. Can you bring us elsewhere than simply the city of Omu?
Why, I can teleport you as a spell, but it depends on where you want to go and if it's in my interest to do so, since we're being so honest.
Well, Delmore, where is it that you need to go? The jungle will take us a long time. Is it close to Omu?
I've got a rough sketch, but I think it has to be nighttime before I can tell you that.
And how do we have any idea if she'll actually send us where we want to be? She could send us some other way across the world.
Because I have to go with you. That's how the spell works.
Sure. You could take us all onto the middle of a desert and then take yourself back here.
I could.
I think it's...
But that wouldn't be in my interest, would it?
What would the point of that be?
Yes. Our interest is to get us to find the tomb.
Get us out of the way?
Not before you've served your purpose. What sort of fool do you think I am?
Powerful kind.
Indeed.
I'm just waiting for Tyrius to charge.
You know, and I want to so
I just
bad.
kick him in the back of the calf. I just kick Tyrius.
Okay. And like, I'm willing. I want to, but Sunny's gonna die.
This is your story, Tyrius. You know that's what Sunny thinks.
I'm ready to agree to this deal. This is what we want. We want to get there fast. Is what we agreed also.
I know.
Just I raise an eyebrow.
Maybe this discomfort is more important or is less important than the end goals
of the many people that have died, that are being slowly consumed, amongst which are a lot of the people that I knew and loved. Just as a information tidbit. Food for thought.
She sort of taps the little hourglass next to her as it's running down.
I'm not sure I have the authority to agree for everyone.
Delmore,
I agree.
All right, well, that's the majority then, besides Marnie, but she's awfully...
Marnie
she's
agrees
very
too.
distracted.
I have at least like 0.25% of her say.
You have her
You have an
proxy.
opinion.
Could you
An
bring...
agreement.
Will
We'll
you be
extend our
able...
truce to the tomb.
Wonderful. And she holds out the small stone.
I use Mage Hand to take it from her.
She chuckles a little bit. She says, "Isn't that darling?"
We do have some
She is
friends
cute.
who are downstairs
Ah,
on the
yes,
ground level.
Tall woman and the pets.
Yes.
Shall we fetch them?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wait.
we do need them. What is it?
Are we going right now?
Do I have an idea of how far that beam of light was? Like how many days travel it would be?
6 or 7?
Wait! I got something to do first, especially if we're cutting out like a month of walking.
All right, well, do tell.
I don't really want to because it seems kind of personal and has actually nothing to do with the soul manga. So,
Well, I'd be rather hypocrite to refuse, seeing how I made us do all this detour. Where do you want to go?
show her my drawing. There.
Do I know where that is by any chance? Probably not.
Roll history.
Fantastic.
Can I also take a look at it?
Yes.
Negative.
Oh.
So many ones tonight.
So many ones.
There aren't really any distinguishing landmarks in his drawing. It just looks like more jungle.
Well, that is the jungle, certainly.
Is that all? Do you have to? Wait, do you know what just happened to me? I walked out that
No.
door, and the sun flew across the sky, and it was nighttime. And I don't know if I ever told you guys, but sometimes I get weird dreams. Anyway,
Have you been drinking
Have you been
my
into
teas,
yes?
Delmore?
Have you been into Mother's Supplies?
possibly, but that's not the point.
Well,
Valindra smiles and says, "Oh, the one who provided you with your stolen magics
Hey,
is
that's
speaking
insulting,
to
and
you.
I like you actually.
Damn.
Isn't that lovely? He has a little mission for you."
God, I love people with sass, but you're still a bitch.
do you know what he's talking about? Can you bring him where he needs to go?
There's not enough information here to give me something clear to sight in on.
That's unfortunate.
I expect your patron feels it's given you enough information.
What if we were to walk away for now and ask for your help later to get directly to Omu? Could you do that? Could you make that happen?
Of course.
Then settled.
All right. So should I give you passage back down to the ground?
We'd appreciate it.
Follow me.
I'd rather jump.
And she says, "Do as you like."
Okay, I jump.
Okay.
Oh, that's too bad. That could have been fun.
Yeah. She says, "The rest of you follow me." And she walks back out and up to the top of the Heart takes out one more scroll, reads it, and again this crackling energy appears, and she says, "As you like. Have your friend contact me when you wish my assistance."
Very well. I'll just walk. I'm not gonna tank her. She's kind of fishy. So we'll see you later then.
I should hope so. Do be careful in the jungle.
I'll just laugh at that because I am the jungle bitch.
All right, and you all, I assume, enter the portal. Tirius?
Tirius has been murdering the curtain the entire
fucking
time.
mad. I go into the fucking portal.
Okay. You all step into the portal and reappear next to Marnie and George and Macabre, and she asks how it went.
Could have been better. But we're all alive and have a temporary ally who can teleport us places, which is important and we will keep in mind, and you will have your chance to kill her later.
She looks excited by that and, starts sharpening one of her axe blades.
Brian, I have a question.
Yeah.
Were they directly below us, or am I falling into a lake?
So they were about 100 yards off to the side. So when you jump, I assume you're casting fly or feather fall or something? Good.
I mean, I'm
casting
not
cannonball?
immediately, but when,
Sure.
it becomes relevant.
Right, and you can arrange to land. It's sort of like parachuting.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, and you land in a dry area, but you have to cross about a football field to get to everybody else.
All right.
So, after a few minutes, the portal closes. You see her re-enter the little cave. What would you like to do?
I look at Delmore.
Go back up there and kill that bitch?
She
Later,
really
I
got in my
said.
head.
Tirius, we will have a chance, whether we like it or not. You like it, I'm sure we will get a chance.
Why can't we take it on our terms? But no, we have to wait until she's fucking amassed enough control over us to make us fuck ourselves.
She is already the leader of all the wizards of Thay. I don't think she gets much more powerful than she can right now. So maybe we wait until we're stronger.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion, but she really got in my head. It makes me feel violated.
Oh, I'm sorry, Delmore.
If it means anything, I think your magic is just as legitimate as any.
Even more. Certainly more than hers. She had to read from a scroll. It wasn't even from her book. She didn't have a book
so
like yours.
None of that means anything to me. The stolen magic thing didn't really get to me.
Oh,
It was just so damn sassy.
she was, wasn't she? Be careful of the jungle. Ha! Fool.
Well, I mean, you did need to borrow, insect repellent twice.
It's not to
I'm
get
just saying.
sick. Are you sassing me, Delmore?
It is possible I may be sassing somebody out of spite. I'm not gonna say who.
I thought we agreed we wanted to get there faster. Plus,
We
it
do.
gives us time to go see where your patron is bringing us.
Hey, excuse me? Assholes? Can we get moving?
Oh, Tirius is angry.
Yes,
Let's get moving.
Okay.
agreed.
You all start moving off towards the south in the direction of Delmore's vision. And you travel the rest of the day. That night, Delmore, I would like you to make a perception check.
I could spend the whole night doing this.
You don't.
That is so cool, like that they put that as a feature, by the way.
Yeah, if I had ink or, alchemical supplies, it would be a lot more useful.
Okay.
Tyrius is still super mad at you, but I, Tony, am super excited to give you a spell book.
Why is Tyrius mad? I encouraged him to kill the dead things.
Tyrius is mad at all of you, but I still love you.
We set the terms beforehand, and he
doesn't mean Tyrius isn't mad.
Is that the guy that died on impact?
It's our shooting star.
It's kind of bloody. Thanks.
I don't know if Brian is prepared to give that information, but
I am.
You can look at that during the night. And Tyrius will give it to you and then grumble.
Well, that's 4 spell books.
You have a collection.
2 of my
spell
own.
Library.
Undead bird guy and this one.
Yep. So,
a library.
Right. I've got a list of spells for you. I'm going to read them off now. You don't have to try and write them down. I'll give them to you after the session. But you find in the spell book spells up to 5th level, including Detect Magic, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, Suggestion, Misty Step, Counterspell, Fireball, Fly, Invisibility, Ice Storm, and Cone of Cold.
Those are some good spells.
Now, how's that work? You can only learn the rituals?
Yep.
Yep.
Are there any?
There are.
Okay.
Cool.
I heard at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been hilarious. Nope, not one. No.
Also, you found on the body 182 gold.
Oh, I didn't write that.
You didn't because I didn't have it at the time.
Wow. I quintupled my gold since I last remembered looking at this. I have 33 now instead of 5.
But that's all you found on the body. All right.
63.
So the next day, you all keep traveling to the south. Where are my notes? Come back. Here we go. Okay.
Brian,
Yeah.
just for my own personal need to express this for some reason, I will start creating a star chart using the ship as a centerpiece.
Okay. Make an intelligence check for me.
Yoki dokie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. But I would like someone to make a survival check, please, for the next day's travel.
Koshik, please save us from my ones.
Okay.
1 totals out at 16.
I mean, that's what I did in my last roll. Yay!
Nice. So, I would like you to make a perception check.
Being me?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so roll a dexterity save for me. All right. So as you're traveling, there are many signs that the area you're entering is home to many, many undead. And I'll show you on the map. You notice you have entered the yellow area.
My God.
And you're concerned with looking out for signs of the undead. Don't notice the snare that is set on the ground, but when you hear it, you hear the little snap of the vine that causes the snare to contract. You're fast enough to, quickly step out of it. You notice then, after that, hanging in the trees are many zombies. They're all upside down, hanging from one leg in these snare traps.
Ooh, curious pinata.
They do all appear to be inanimate at this time. They're all hanging upside down, maybe 15 feet above the ground. But yeah, so they seem to, though, be in a perimeter. You notice that these zombies that are hanging in these traps the traps seem to have been laid around somewhere. You can choose to go around it or go looking to see what might be at the center of this ring of traps.
You're leading this expedition, Delmore.
Am I? I thought I was the map guy for this one.
Well, your expedition is what we mean to say.
Well, in this situation, I guess if you want to really find out, I can cast fly on you, and you can just avoid all the snares.
How many?
You want to go see?
I do not wish to fly.
This is a perimeter you described as, right?
Yes.
Is it in our path to Delmore's thing?
You could easily move around it and not lose time.
Tyrius would suggest that because he's grumpy, but I mean, he's not going to go stalking into the jungle without you guys.
I think that sounds fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just avoid it.
It's best not to knock on unknown people's doors in the jungle.
Okay. You work your way around it, travel on into the day. Sometime that afternoon, mid-afternoon, I would like another survival.
I don't trust myself anymore. You have to do it, Kaushik.
You start to lose the trail that you're on, and have to look around for another clear path. You do eventually find one, but it leads you up to a what looks like a partially crumbled structure that's covered in vines, and you see hundreds of scarlet macaws perching in it and on it, and they're all chirping. It's making a loud sound, a cacophony of birds. And you see a glow coming from an entrance to this crumbled edifice.
Oh, lovely. Should I go and ask them what's inside?
That sounds like a good idea, actually.
Distance-wise, we're about where we need to be to find Delmore's thing.
Oh no, this is day 1, and it was 5 or 6 days to the south.
Yeah, I'm interested, but
I can just ask them. I'll ask them real quick. If the birds know anything, they'll might tell me, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see how I manage that.
Roll
I'll just approach.
Animal handling for me.
Man.
So you do talk to a few of the birds that are nearby, and they're all like, Talk to the boss. Talk to the boss. Inside. He's inside. Ah!
All right, very well. Is your boss friendly at least? Does he like outsiders?
He's the boss.
I am very friendly. Yes, I gathered that much, but does he like visitors?
They're birds. They're not super smart. And
Fine.
About all you get out of them with that animal handling is talk to the boss.
Do I feel any creature inside that might be a giant bird person?
You just detect sort of more. All you detect are macaws.
Okay. Well, the birds are not very helpful, but they're saying that there's a boss inside with whom we can talk. I don't know if he's friendly or if he likes visitors, but I mean, it's right there. We could stop, or we could continue. I don't want to deter us from our journey.
How far into the day are we? Is it like time to set up camp? Or...
No, it's probably about 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
I don't see any harm in just stopping it. I mean, they might be able to tell us something useful about the surrounding area.
Excellent. Let's go visit this boss then.
Okay.
What do macaws eat? Should we bring fruit?
They eat fruit.
If you want. Yes. They like fruit.
Should we bring fruit to the boss?
Can I only druid craft flowers, or could I druid craft like a handful of fruit?
You can't druid craft fruit because that would be making food, really. And this is more just a minor... Druidcraft is more just a minor effect to show your connection with nature. But through your daily foraging, you definitely would have some fruit handy.
We can bring food. I'm sure they'll like it. Let's make a platter and go.
Okay.
As a present.
So you enter the edifice, and the moment you do, all of the cackling and noise from the cause outside stops. They all go silent, and those of you who are towards the rear of the group as they're entering, you see all of the birds turn and look at you as you enter.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
Having second thoughts.
As you enter, though, you can see that this was obviously a temple at some point. Inside is a single large central room, and you can see that the source of the glow is a stone slab altar that bears a carving of a maze, and that carving is emitting the golden light. Behind it is a maybe 15, 16 foot tall statue that you recognize as Ubtao. The statue has both hands sort of open, and it looks like they once, with the palms upturned, like they were once used to hold vessels or whatnot. But sitting in one of the open hands is a large gold and white macaw.
Hey, Tyrius, do you still have that tablet thing? Do we ever figure out what that was for?
I know it's not magical, right?
Right.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
Wongo.
Yeah. So...
he's a sea monster. They're tricksters and evil.
Mm-hmm. And you actually heard that name in the story that Saja Mbaza told you.
Okay. Well, I have fruits. I will approach, not get too close, but walk towards this gold and white.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to. Excuse me. Are you the boss?
As you come forward, the macaw spreads its wings wide. It sort of fluffs up the feathers on its neck and the crest on its head. And it says, "Touch the altar and explore the maze of your lives." Ah!
That sounds very interesting. I brought you fruit. Here, I'll put it just on the side so that, somewhere close where it's not.
And it'll sort of climb down and grab a piece of fruit, then climb back up to the place where it was sitting in one of the hands of the statue. And you see it sitting there with a piece of fruit in one foot while it's standing on the other foot, and it is, bends down and starts eating the fruit.
Well, touch the maze, explore your life.
Yes.
Isn't that what your people do for death ceremonies? Isn't like life a maze?
Life is a maze, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we will see all of it. Probably just a path that we take before we get here. Let me think about it. I take out my crystal. What do I know about these mazes?
Mm-hmm.
Roll history.
Oh, so, that's actually good.
You know that mazes are the symbol of Ubtao, and that there was often a religious significance to solving the representations of mazes that were in his temples, or carved into statues representing him, that sort of thing.
I don't know that this is anything bad at all, right? This is religious. Okay.
You do know that the jungle is called the Maze of Ubtao, as is simply the path a person walks in life.
That sounds fun. I kind of want to touch it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I have no self-control when it comes to maze and touching things that will give you visions. Or drinking things.
When you touch the altar, the floor and the ceiling and everything around you starts glowing with a bright white light, and it engulfs all of you. And in a moment, you find yourselves inside a circular maze that has walls made of solid gold. The floor and the ceiling of the maze seem to be made of a cloudy, glowing light, almost iridescent. There's a cool, gentle breeze that is blowing through the place. I would like a group intelligence check.
I'm going to bring down the average.
This is going to go so well.
Not even. I'm out of ones, guys. It's that they're all up.
Yes.
Tyrius is too angry to think about anything.
Okay.
He has not cooled off yet.
So you begin wandering the maze between Dawnflower and Sunny and Koschik. You seem to feel like you're moving towards the center. There are several wrong turns on the way that lead to dead ends, but then you eventually find yourselves in front of a door. So far, you hadn't seen any doors in the maze.
Well, this is new.
And as you approach, the door swings open. The maze fades, and you find yourselves in a city that seems to be... The city is beautiful. It is made of gleaming white marble. It is a circular city. Koschik, you recognize it as Mesro, only when you were there it was a ruin, and this seems to be it seems to be perfectly intact.
When the Barai, is that what they were called? Mm-hmm. They were still, yes, at their peak.
Only it seems to be you're surrounded by zombies. They are attacking, it looks like, civilians, and they pass right past all of you without seeming to even notice you're there. You see ahead of you a tall figure with classic chiseled good looks. He's holding a flaming sword, and he is hacking into citizens and into a wounded triceratops. And you see the zombies seem to be following his commands. He will point a direction and the zombie horde will surge that way. And he seems to be trying to make his way to the center of the village. And then it fades, and you're back in the maze. I'd like another group check, please.
Okay.
It seems like this place is just designed to specifically piss me off. Oh, hey, anger makes me smarter.
But this, I know who that was. I think I know who that was.
You do?
And who was it?
Smarter.
If what I learned from Artisimber is correct, that would have been Razan C before he turned on his own.
I need an intelligence check from Koschik.
Oh, sorry.
Before he turned on his own, I thought he already had turned on his. I mean, he's going to turn on his own.
I mean,
He's going to
commanding
betray the
army of the dead and
UNT, isn't he?
killing everybody.
You can answer that if you like, Koschik.
He was not always UNT, as you call him now. He was one of the Barai.
The who?
The Barai. They were the guardians of Mesro.
Oh, and so he turned on the Barai. He became a UNT. Now he's going to turn on the UNT. Lots of treachery in that man.
I think so, only because I know that he raised an army of undead when he turned on them. Well, he had been exiled, I think, before that, but yes, he raised an army of undead, and I believe attacked Mesro.
We know that he suffers from the death curse. Perhaps his undeath is similar to that of the creature we left behind at the Heart.
Perhaps the maze will have more answers for us. I think it's trying to show us something.
It seems likely.
This time, Tyrius, you and Sunny and Koschik seem to have picked up the pattern of the maze. You find yourselves moving through it fairly quickly with fewer wrong turns and dead ends, and you find yourselves in front of another door. This door likewise swings open. Ahead of you, you see another glorious city. This one, though, different in layout and construction. And you see through the city shining 9 different buildings. Standing in front of the buildings are beings you quickly identify from Saja and Baz's tale as the 9 trickster gods. They are calling out to their followers to come and gain their blessing.
It's not sinister in any way, is it? They're just like, come and have a blessing.
It doesn't feel sinister.
Okay.
What do they look like?
So they are obviously spirits, right? And not these actual creatures. But you see they do look like animals. Yep. Just a moment. I am pulling up my notes on this don't have their descriptions. Give me just a second.
I mean, I know one's a monkey that flies.
Mm-hmm. So you see one is a Zorbo. It looks like an angry wallaby. You see an Almirage.
That's the bunny corn.
Mm-hmm. You see one, how to describe it? It looks like a leopard, but coming out of its shoulders are snakes.
Weird.
You see a grung. You see a frog with tentacles and what looks like a crane. you see a Sioux monster, which is an evil monkey. You see a snake with shimmering scales, and you see a snail with tentacles on its head, and a bright, iridescent shell.
Do the tentacles look like flails?
They do.
Flails now.
It is a flail snail.
That's awesome.
You can make cool shit from them.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to find one.
Make
Like
a
in the
flail
backyard.
from a flail snail.
I think you make a shield. Something
I
like
think
that.
you wear it like a backpack and become a turtle.
I'm pretty sure you cook it with mushrooms and it
With garlic butter.
and garlic butter. That's it.
That
I
sounds
will
like it's going to have the
approach-
consistency of bad oysters.
I will approach the flail snail and see if the vision fades.
It does not. You approach and join the group of people who are there to accept the blessing of Unk, the flail snail. Is anyone approaching anyone else? Or the same?
Oh, I should have gone with the grung.
The bunny corn for me.
I will approach. I do
Which
not
one
know
would you
which
say is the
one
most
yet.
snake-like?
The one with
I
snakes
know.
that's a leopard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The
yeah.
leopard
I was trying-
snakes.
I suppose that's true. I'll go to that one.
Okay.
You said there was a crane?
Yes.
How majestic is it?
Too majestic for you, honey. That one's mine.
Yeah. It definitely looks. I mean, they're all fairly majestic. They are large spirit creatures.
I'm going with the crane. Marnie and I can double up.
Yep, Marnie's going with you for sure.
Well, I mean, you said there was one that is like a grung.
It's definitely a grung.
I'll approach that one.
Okay. So, you approach. What is the name of the grung? Nang Nang. You approach the shrine of Nang Nang to accept her blessing. Let's see. Delmore, you and Marnie approach the shrine of Papa Zodel, the Iblis. And Dawnflower, you approach the shrine of Aijin, the Almirage. And Sunny, last but not least, you approach the shrine of Shagambi, the Kamadan. You watch them all give their blessings. And you all feel blessed. You each are going to get a boon that will last for 2 long rests.
Yay.
Oh.
You will also each get a flaw that will last for 2 long rests.
Trickster gods.
Dawnflower, your new flaw, which will fade after 2 rests. Your new flaw is, I never stick to a plan.
Oh no!
Yes! Fuck yeah!
Your boon is that for the next 2 long rests, your dexterity score is 23.
Wow!
Lad.
I should have gone there.
Yeah, holy crap.
Bunny corn, man.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Next up, Koschik. For Nang Nang, the blessing you get, your flaw is I won't share with others.
Oh, that's fine. I'm eating all the food that I.
Your boon is that you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings with your hands free. You gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
Awesome.
All right. That's fucking cool.
Uh-huh. Marnie and Delmore at the shrine of Papazotl the Iblis. You both get the flaw. I bow before no one and expect others to do as I command.
Oh man, fights that are gonna ensue.
That's like an infinite loop.
Yeah, your blessing is you cannot be surprised. You gain advantage on all wisdom checks, and you do not take damage from falling.
Oh, cool. I jump off of all the things.
Let's
How
see.
fitting.
Next up is
Leopard snake.
How fitting. Come on, John.
So, Sunny, as you approach the shrine of Shagambi the Kamadan,
Dan.
you also gain a blessing. Your new flaw is I never show mercy to evildoers.
Yes, this helps me so much. Come on.
Yeah.
So
Also,
new plan.
Your new ability is you can make one extra attack when taking the attack action on your turn.
Yay.
So useless.
Quite the bruiser now.
Tyrius, which one did you go to? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Flail snail.
The flail snail. So at the shrine of Unk the flail snail, you get the flaw. I am incapable of making decisions.
Just me in real life.
For the next 2 days, your constitution score becomes 23.
So delicious.
And did I miss anyone?
No, I think we're.
No, I think that was it.
Okay. And then
So-
the city and the shrines fade around you, and you find yourselves back in the maze.
Well, that was interesting.
I mean, maybe.
All right, let's continue on then.
Should we? Maybe we should try to go backwards. See what happens.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, we should continue forward.
But I'm sure that there's interesting things backward. We argue for like 5 minutes. Marnie steps in and just.
I support both sides
We go.
equally. Real quick. Oh, never mind. I found it.
Okay. Last but not least, I need one more intelligence check.
Yep.
Oh,
Boom! And that's another thing of
hey.
Tomorrow's Tears.
Man.
It's 14 on this one. That's not bad. I don't know if Brian's doing the median for this or not.
Okay. So this time it takes more time to find the center. But you do come to a door at last. One more. When it opens before you, you see a hideous undead creature wearing fine robes, bearing a staff with the skull on top. It is standing over the remains of the trickster gods. And we are going to roll initiative.
What?
Oh.
Die, evildoer!
Hit it
So
twice.
Really gets in there, yeah.
Just
Twice.
a moment.
I have to make a note on my character sheet to what my actual con score is.
Yeah, same here. I have +6 to initiative. What's up?
Hang on before you do any rolling.
I knew this was going to happen. I can't be surprised.
No, I don't want to meta, but hold on. Where's the cover art?
I will show you
Side-
what the person looks like.
I mean, is it the cover art? Am I looking at the cover art right now?
Looks
No, I think you're looking at it
something
now.
like this.
The cover art! The cover art!
He looks nice.
Well, this is exactly what I needed. Or maybe it's not.
You don't know. You know what I find funny is that at this moment, Dawnflower would be willing to admit that she made a mistake, but you wouldn't commit to the fact that we need to go back. So...
Yeah, but there's two of you that think she needs to die now. Which means my indecisive vote, plus your two's is changing. We're going back, baby. And right when we get there, it'll be the end of the second day. We'll turn around again.
We're not wasting time.
Okay.
Wait, what the hell?
I need initiative.
Right.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I thought you told me to hold on, but maybe I'm just fucking
I
high.
did until I put you all on the map.
Oh, okay.
Man.
My sheet's a little slow.
I had to take mine out of edit mode because of reasons.
Mhm.
Hey! I'm finally ready! It took every session we've been in, but I got an initiative above 13.
I feel like
Um,
I've only had one initiative
yeah,
like
this
over
can't-
15.
Okay. You should
This
have
doesn't
a
make
plus
sense.
6, right?
yeah, I don't know why it says that.
That's okay. We'll give
it.
you that 8.
Yeah, it's such wonderful rolls I'm rolling tonight, you guys. I hope you're ready. I'm gonna just do all the things.
Sunny. Yep.
All right, so my HP just went up 20 points.
Nice.
This is the end of the game. We just skipped right to it.
So you can all put yourselves where you would have been walking through the maze.
At this point, I'm lagging behind.
I'm in the
did a
middle
five.
because I'm indecisive.
Nowhere.
It's just Marty and us fighting down the hallway.
Which one is the front? I'm at the back.
So the bad guy is at your front. I put a line there. And the maze is wide enough for all of you to walk. Maybe 3 wide or whatever. But it opens into a room. So how would you enter this room?
Walking.
Thank you.
I would like to be on 2 legs if possible.
On my feet?
Is
I
George
mean-
now with us?
I see, I thought about it, but I don't think I would have brought him into the cave.
Right.
Like, because it wasn't a big cave with room for him to maneuver, right?
No, it
Does
was
it have
just a
the-
temple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you did say it was a temple. Just not. I kind of committed to the image before you said anything, and now it's stuck there forever.
Yeah, I've got like a cave that like pours into like a really nice but like old and overgrown like chapel room, right? That's what I got in my head.
I have like a very small stone cave chamber, but with like an exquisite altar in the center.
Just a real nice altar.
Yeah.
Okay, Delmore, you are first. You see this creature turn towards you. And it makes just this hideous noise. Hang on.
You?
Just checking something.
Okay.
I mean, there's
Yep.
no way it has lair actions in the maze. Right?
Okay, so it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I stare it straight in the face, and then I step on Tyrion's foot, and we vanish. And I would
Where-
like to be behind him with Tyrion in his back.
So I have to consent to this, right?
Yeah.
I literally am incapable of doing that right now.
Why?
I cannot commit to a decision.
I'm making the decision for you
Oh,
by
shit.
casting the spell on you.
I round up.
You don't have a choice. And then I'll stab that fucker.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
You I'm a little out of my sorts right now, but I think now that I'm here, my fucking righteous vengeance and demand for retribution surges forth, and I'm gonna fucking smack the shit out of a lich.
Go for it.
I'm so
I
proud
will
of you.
cast Hunter's Mark on him as
You're
a bonus
disappointing your
action. Get the fuck out of here, Delmore. And I will then start beating the shit out of him with my little prick. Sorry, no, my quarterstaff. Okay. I'm trying to click it. It's fucking wonky. And I'll smite once.
Okay. You do 16, 24, 33 points of damage. Let's see. Just checking something. Okay.
That's all I had.
All right. So you smack him with your. Don't you get a bonus action?
I Hunter's Mark.
You used it for Hunter's Mark. Does that have your Hunter's Mark damage?
Yeah. Okay. That's what looks like I rolled a 2.
Cool. So you smack into him, and he turns away from the rest of the group. At the end of your turn, I need you and Delmore to make Constitution saves.
Surprise, motherfucker. Tyrius has 23.
Ah!
All right.
No, he's disrupted my life.
Oh, damn.
Oh, hey, I've made the DC.
Yeah, so you take half, which is 13.
I guess I know what I'm doing for this fight.
No, I just got these HPs, man.
That's a really low roll, too.
And then he points... so that was his legendary action. And then on his turn, he points a finger at Tyrius, who just had the temerity to think to attack him.
I'm going to break that finger off and add it to my fucking necklace.
And he says, die.
And then I die.
And you die. Well,
Damn.
Let's fight a leech, she says. What can go wrong? We can take a leash.
I'm going to let you know, this is the only reason... Well, also, I guess one of my fucking vows says that I'm not supposed to. But this is the only reason I didn't kill that bitch back there.
So, yep. That's his turn.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Koschik.
So Koschik is like, great work, master, and turns his bow towards Delmore. No.
All according to plan.
The bamboozle.
Well, I guess I'm gonna just go for this. Let's do the same thing. Do the Hunter's Mark. And then, am I remembering correctly? Sorry, I just need to check one thing. Forget. Come on. Sorry.
We believe in you.
Not yet.
Okay, sorry. All right. I will try. Why is this not set up right? Okay. Sorry, I have to change a macro. Sorry. Okay. Here goes. I'm going to try this, even though it's probably not going to work. do one of those. Oh, that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those. Oh my god, that sucked even more.
Both of your attacks fly wide of him, almost curving around him, as if there's some sort of magical protection. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. That's it.
Dawnflower.
I silently prepare for death.
Okay. All right. Now, I could do this thing that will may or may not be good. I kind of want to do it because it has not succeeded yet. I'm going to start by doing... What's the range on that? Okay, I think I'm good. I think he's just within range. You know what? I'll even take more like one step further. Sorry, my screen feels small. I'll step one step closer. Believe that... Yeah. I'm gonna just give Tyrus a healing word. Get back on your feet. You know, please.
I mean, I look dead though, right?
I'll let you make a medicine check real quick.
He's dead. Murdered dead.
You see he does not look unconscious. It looks as though the life has been totally drained from his body.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna give it to Delmore instead. Hang in there, buddy. And then I'm gonna whip out the Rod of Dendar and point it at this lich-looking motherfucker and wonder what they were afraid of, and just boom.
Okay.
Their parents were so disappointed in their lichdom.
He's just not the lich that we expected.
He is going to make a wisdom save.
Oh, man. Oops.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
I prepare for death. I embrace eternity.
Marnie. That's me. So Marnie is going to rage, run forward, and swing twice at him. All right. Recklessly.
Go, mommy.
So 1, 2, and then with her offhand, 3. Only one of them seems to connect, but when she hits with her axe, it just stops at his clothes, and she looks confused and scared as he takes no damage. Sonny.
Can I thought we were going down. I want next to Tyrus. Can I take one step forward? You know, it doesn't matter. I'm already got in the way. I don't have any. Well, I have some things. They don't work with my flaw, though.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I just viciously mock it, I suppose.
Okay.
I can attack twice. I don't have any weapons on me.
Yeah, but you can attack twice.
All right. Let's see that vicious mockery. And what do you say?
You think that was a powerful word? All you did was kill him.
It's like, well, yes I did.
And he looks at you and he says, I will kill you next.
He's gonna do.
Sure.
Hey, good news, Koschik. You're third.
And as Delmore begins to do whatever he was planning to do, this city around you and the bodies of the dead trickster gods, and Acererak himself all start to fade.
Tears, you're going to survive one round.
And Acererak screams, "No! Do not take them from me!" As you all find yourselves standing again
All
in the temple. Looking around, though, you see the body of Tyrius.
Oh shit! For reals? Oh shit! Is he really dead? I go and look. I have feelings.
Roll a medicine check.
I'm gonna work on that as soon as my character sheet processes what's happening. The character sheet is upset.
Not like this.
I thought that was
Not
a
like
fishing
this.
quest kind of thing. And
I'm
now
sure that
scared.
he only severed your connection to me.
Not like this.
Tyrius is dead.
Shit. I'm sorry, Sonny.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I thought it would simply be a vision.
That wasn't heroic. That wasn't saving anybody. That was just stupid.
I turned to the bird. This fucking bird.
The bird is not there. And when you step outside of the temple, none of the birds who had been there before are around. There are no animals within range at all. The jungle is silent.
So that all just happened.
I'm not sure how to process this, to tell you the truth.
The manner of his death does not speak to his heroism. It was everything that he had done up until that point, Sonny.
Are we are in the jungle? We are actually back? Is this trick? Ah, shit. I feel super bad.
Story without a good ending is a
thing.
bullshit story.
Life is not
Are you really more upset about the story than the fact that, Tyrius is dead?
What do you think?
I can't tell. That's why I asked. With your muddled ass glasses and whatnot.
Sonny's just silent. Sonny's just trying to process things.
I think that's also where I'm at.
He died to maybe the only foe he would accept being able to kill him.
I did this. It was my stupid idea.
In any case, the last thing he wants is to become undead, so we might as well... if we can't preserve his body, I guess we have to burn him. I'm not really sure what else can be done.
Until the soulmonger is dealt with, there's nothing to do.
Let's see to it he at least does not become an abomination.
So you gather within the temple again, retrieve Tyrius's body, bring it out of the temple. Kosjik finds enough dry wood to build a pyre. Does anyone want to say some words?
Tyrius was one of the few people who gave me hope in your stupid species.
Species.
He was one of the truly heroic people I've ever met, who did things selfishly and lived by his ideals. And the last decision he made was to give up those ideals, to make a deal with the devil. Now he's dead. And I don't know what that says about anything.
Elmore just starts crying.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna sit on the outside on this. I feel super guilty. This was all my idea. It's my idea to go in there, to touch the stone.
I will keep watch while the rest of you are distracted.
And is that what's waiting for us in the tomb?
Probably.
Marnie starts to cry, but she gets out a flint and steel, starts the fire beneath Tyrius.
That's what's waiting for us, then why the hell do we think we can beat that? That was the Queen Baroness of Rot, the Queen of Rot, whatever her name was, all over.
Are the stakes not high enough that one must try?
That is an excellent place to end for tonight. We're going to end an hour early.
Now I'm all bummed out.
Hey, Brian, can you come here?
Yeah.
Just over here.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Brian?
This was supposed to be a spirit travel
God,
thing.
why does he have level 9 spells left?
Man, and I bet if we were like one level higher, and maybe you would have had 100 hit points.
I think did the extra 20 put you even close to 100, Tony? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's muted. I don't even know if he's on.
Oh, I was saying that I didn't realize it was muted. I was saying at least Dawnflower didn't pour a potion of poison down my throat.
You take chances in life sometimes.
And no, I only have like 66 HP with the plus 20.
Oh.
That wasn't anything that we could have done. He was killing one of us right there and then.
So, well, I mean, we didn't have to attack him either, but I felt pretty cocky. And such.
I think we knew that's exactly what was going to happen.
You know, it's one of those things, you don't actually know until you know. It's like Schrödinger fucking death.
It's like pouring a potion with a nice
Schrodinger's
golden ribbon.
Oh, man.
I regret touching
Sunny
that.
was already like really disappointed that we're letting that one go, and then on top of that, she gets the flaw. Yeah, but like she's very idealist, especially when it comes to what Tyrius decides to do.
So
she's
when I
willing
was,
to,
go ahead, sorry.
well, she's willing to make compromises herself, but like seeing Tyrius do that, she was really sad.
So my only two reasons for not charging: one, I didn't know if we could win the fight. I certainly didn't think we would fight without casualties. But also, like, as part of my oaths, it says, like, if you're confronted with two evils, you fight the greater evil.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want to so bad.
Yeah. Like, I felt a little bad for insisting so much, but greater evil on the scope here.
Man.
You
No,
guys
it was
have
the
now
right
met.
choice. Like, definitely. Like,
Yeah, you guys
But
have now
then
met the greater
compounded
evil.
on the flaw she has right now. Oh,
Man, Koschik did not feel bad for insisting for even a second.
mm-hmm.
We
In
needed
his
to
mind,
do
he's
this.
perplexed as to why it's even a question.
I
TJ
feel
100%
bad
agrees.
only
TJ
because
normally, yeah.
I feel bad only because Tyrius was like, all right, if we're not doing what I want to do. So, like, he never even wanted to be in there.
I just felt a little bossy, which is not what I'm usually going for. It's important.
So glad.
But now I got somebody killed, so.
Well, that's just how things go, I mean,
hey, we made it this far without a death in Tomb of Annihilation, and I've heard that this thing is so deadly. We should have had people die months ago.
Yeah, but not Tyrius. Should have been somebody we didn't like.
So, next week is going to be interesting.
You gonna kill more of us?
Who knows? Hopefully. Are you going to continue to roll poorly on my random encounter table?
Oh, this was a random encounter table?
There were different encounters you might find in the maze depending on how you worked your way through the maze.
Oh. Can you tell us about that, or does the maze come up again? Or I guess you answering that question.
I am not touching another maze.
Honestly, I kind of love how unforgiving it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a taste of what's to come.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
It's so brutal.
Brian, I'm seriously trying to decide whether Sunny actually stays with the group right now. But I also know that she would never make it out of the jungle.
Sunny takes the rod of lordly might and whisk away on a griffin.
Nobody else can use the rod of lord.
Yeah, it's only his.
I mean, you can sell it for like book money.
For some lunch money.
It's what he would have wanted. Scam the lich out of her money. Like, here's a nice rod, and then you steal all the money and she can't use it.
The seer's now like, oh, he's dead.
I knew that was gonna happen. Oh,
No,
man,
I'm still bummed out.
This is upsetting. Huh.
It is.
I ain't half min-maxing next time. I'm full min-maxing.
Gonna have 100 hit points by level 2, damn it.
20 con, the toughness feat.
Yeah. It's funny, yeah, Sunny really does have to stick with you guys for right now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably gonna be pretty bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way you played her right there.
Sonny's gonna be bitter!
Tyrius is dead. He can't be bitter.
He could be bitter from the afterlife. I'm gonna see his face in the stars, and he's just gonna be real pissed off.
I'm in the fucking soulmonger getting blended into a god goo.
Oh,
that will be interesting.
You can say hi to my family in my village while you're there.
It's ahead of my brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to... Oh, Donflower let you down too?
It's just some random kid. He doesn't know what you're talking about. He's just like, yeah,
he's not even from Chult.
He's like East European.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to heal you. I tried. I can't do anything against Power World. Power World kill. No one can.
You stab a lich in the back.
If you should be angry at anyone, you should be angry at Delmore, because he brought you there.
You can't be angry, he's dead.
But, you can be mad in the afterlife.
As I'm being blended into god goo.
We defeat the soulmonger, and we just see, like, Tyrius leak out of the sides, like, oil through a broken engine block.
Except you can clearly make out just the double deuce going up.
You hear a very subtle "fuck you."
Terrible, terrible.
Excellent.
No, that was good. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
That was brutal.
So
but,
did they level up?
Yeah.
They
don't have
will-
to explain.
They're close enough, I think. What are you guys at XP wise right now?
12,884 experience points.
Out of 14,000.
I'm not sure.
I'm a little behind that.
Yeah,
So.
they might level up. I'll do the math after.
I mean, we just
They have to
defeated
split the
Serac,
experience
so-
less ways.
Yeah.
Well, Tyrius is still going to get some experience for what you guys did tonight.
Yeah, you found that dead wizard guy.
Yeah.
So we need 1,116.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, though.
Yeah.
Does
That is a lot. I
talking
don't think we
to
make that.
parrots count in any way? I did a bit of that today.
I mean, everything's an experience. Dying is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Curious levels up. Woo!
From the afterlife.
What are we gonna do about George? Oh,
I think he just disappears.
Yay.
He does.
Oh.
Okay, I forgot you bound to him and he wasn't just an alive thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at something else and created my spirit to resemble it.
Yep.
Ah.
Well, I mean, at least we don't have to worry about bringing George places. Not that that was ever a worry.
At least Tyrius won't be hot again, in his armor.
Mm-hmm. It was sweltering. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night.
Go bask in the glory of your murder.
Now that my bloodlust is sated.
Yep, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening.
See, that's what I get for being optimistic, guys.
Brian's gonna. Oh no.
Yeah, you should leave that up to me.
But we will meet back next week, one man down.
Have you outed yourself yet, Trent?
Well, she just called us species.
I mean, there were
so...
a couple times. Yeah, there were a couple times I've said things that didn't necessarily, sync up. There were a couple other times where I was just about to say something really stupid or do something stupid, and then I get saved for some reason or another. Anyway, I think there's plenty of what's the word I'm looking for. There's been plenty of enough hints that you guys probably could start suspecting something, and really all you have to do is just roll really well insight on me once, and you'd be like, I never noticed your eyes are gold.
Well, I was gonna say
vertical.
With those hints, I feel like Kostick probably would have noticed a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's met your kind before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can address that next week. I think she gave a good enough hint at this ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm going to try to go and rest and not be too sad.
All right. Have a good night, everyone, and a good
Yeah.
weekend.